All right. You guys, I already told you that we're going to be starting a group project, collaboration, something that you're going to get to work with other people on. But before we can start that group project, I need to get you in groups. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go over a couple of things that are important about how I'm going to get you grouped. And there's an activity that you're going to have to do before I can make your groups. First of all, make sure that you do the daily check-in form. Not right now, later. Right now, you're just listening to instructions. And then you have reflection 36. You need to make sure you do that. We're going to talk specifically about these two assignments right here. So just as a note, when you get hired by a company or by a place that you work for or whatever, your boss does not ask you who the people are that you want to work with. They don't ask you. They already have some people in place. They hire you and they tell you who it is that you're going to be working with. They don't ask you who you want to work with. They tell you. You may end up working with some wonderful people. You may end up working with some not so wonderful people. But no matter what, you have to collaborate with those people and you have to work because they give you job assignments.
Do you work with nice people?
I love the people I work with. I think there's some great people here. And I need you to not interrupt right now so that we can get this recording done. All right. So what we're going to start with is this 16 personalities because I need to know something about you, your personality type, how you work with other people, things like that. So we're going to do this so that I can get some insight into you as a person, and then I can create some really good groups for you. You're going to click on this link right here that says free personality test, and then you're going to click on take the test. Now, it's going to have questions. These questions have no right or wrong answer. They're your opinion. They're how you feel about these. I need you to cover your mouth and nose. They're how you feel about these statements. The only wrong answer on any of these questions is this gray circle in the middle for being neutral. You cannot choose that. You cannot choose neither side of this matters to me. You can't choose neutral. Because what's going to happen is you're going to think, I don't know. So you're going to choose neutral all the way down, and it's not going to give you an accurate result. So you have to either agree with it a tiny bit, somewhat agree with it, or disagree with it, or disagree a whole lot, or agree with it a tiny bit, somewhat agree with it, or agree with it a whole lot. You have to choose a side. You have to choose a side. You cannot remain neutral. So just as an example, and there's no right or wrong answer. Just because you're not a social butterfly that likes to make friends with everyone you meet, it doesn't make you a bad person. Just because you're someone who has to get to know people and trust them before you allow them in your friend circle, that doesn't mean that you're terrible. That just means that you like to build trust first. And it doesn't make you any better if you are a social butterfly. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up with, how do you personally feel about this? So for me, I'm just going to answer a couple of these questions and talk you through how I did this. As a teacher, I am okay with putting myself out there in front of people and doing what I need to do and greeting students and parents and new teachers to a school and things like that. I'm okay with that. That doesn't mean they're going to be my close friends. I have to know that I can trust them first. So regularly making new friends, I'm over here. I don't totally disagree with that, but I do have to build trust. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. That word pique right there, that means spark your interest or draw you in. I need you to sit up, ma'am. No heads down. Sit up. All right. I like to research things. And I like to look for new things to work with my classes on, but I don't spend all my time on that because I have other things to do as well. So I do agree with that. I agree with it more than just a little bit, but I'm not always doing that. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. That is totally me. Nobody cries alone. It hurts my heart when somebody else is crying. But there are some people on this planet that tears absolutely disgust them, and they don't want to see somebody cry, and they're just like, oh, make it stop, you know. So it's okay if you disagree with that. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. All right, maybe you have a backup plan for something you needed to do, and you're going in, you know, I do that a lot because I have to know, okay, this is the plan for class. This is the backup plan in case there's a problem here. And oh, wait, if all the technology goes, here's the backup plan for that. So I have to have those backup plans. Now, as far as just my regular life, when I'm wanting to plan for activities or whatever, I can be pretty much fly by the seat of my pants and just say, yeah, we can be spontaneous and we can go somewhere and do something, and I don't have to have a huge plan for it. When I had children at home, young children at home, I had to have a plan because it wasn't just me that was involved in what was going on. All right, when you finish all of these questions, and let me tell you, if there are going to be some words that you're going to see that you may not understand, dictionary.com, look it up. If it doesn't give you a good enough explanation, ask me and I will help you, but at least put in the effort to look it up. When you're done, you're going to get a result that looks something like this. It's going to have 4 letters and an extension letter and a name up here. It's going to have information about your personality type. I need you to stop making that sound, sir.
Oh, that's what I said.
And then if you go down here, you're going to see different people from history or literature. They even have literature on here, or current. You're going to see all different kinds of people that have a similar personality to yours. Over here, you have strengths and weaknesses, relationships, friendships, parenthood. What kind of parent would you be? Career paths. This is an important one for you to look at. I need you to close your laptop. All right. Career path. That's an important one for you to look at because it's going to give you some suggestions with your personality type about what might be a great career for you. Do not click on the one down here that says premium profile. You don't want to pay for this. There's plenty of information without going there. Now, when you're done and you've read a little bit about yourself, you're going to go back to the assignment and you're going to click over here where it says Google Form. You're going to put your last name, you're going to put your first name, and then your class period. Now, this is not your profile. This would be my profile, but you're going to look back at yours and see what things are there. Well, it asks for the 4-letter personality type. So on this one, it's INFJ, and in uppercase letters right here, I would type INFJ. And then this next question asks, what is the extension? Well, on mine, it's an uppercase A. So you put an uppercase A. And then right here, what was the word or the name of the personality type? Mine would be advocate. And then I submit this form. Oh, I didn't put my name on it. Okay. And we're just going to call this, 6th period because that's where we are. And submit it. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to the assignment. And on the assignment, you're going to click View Assignment. And to turn it in, you're going to type on the right side in the private comments box, I completed the personality test and turned in my form. And then you're just going to click Mark as done. And then I can go look at it and see that it's finished. After you do that, you're going to go back to your profile and you're going to read about yourself. You're going to look through some of the different things that are on here. You're going to read about yourself and different people. Then you have another assignment here called 16 Personalities Reflection. It says create a Google Doc and answer each of the questions with 2 to 5 sentences each. A minimum of 2 sentences, a maximum of 5. The questions are here. Do you feel that the personality profile you received is accurate? Is it really you? Some people have said it's spot on. Absolutely who they are. Some people have said, I don't think this is right. If you don't think yours is right, then maybe you didn't answer the questions or commit or whatever. I would encourage you, if you don't feel that your personality profile is accurate, that you maybe talk to a parent when you get home and say, hey, it says I'm like this. Am I really like this? Because you may not realize some of those things that are a part of you. What aspects of your personality profile are most accurate? What parts that you read are really you? What aspects are surprising? What things did you see in there that either are not you or you never really thought about? And then were they surprising because they're not really accurate or because they are accurate, but you never really thought about it? And then the last question, what is something interesting that you learned about your personality profile? Again, 2 to 5 sentences for each one of them. You do not have to retype the question. You can actually copy and paste it into your document, or you can take a screenshot of it and then answer your questions. That doesn't matter. And then when you are done with your document, remember you close the document. It should be attached to the assignment, and then you just mark it as done and turn it in. You will definitely finish this one today. You definitely have enough time for the top part. For this one right here, you may have to finish it up, after class or tomorrow or something, but you will be able to do that. Now, here's how the project assignments are going to work. First of all, you're not picking your groups. I'm going to put you together with some other people. But what I'm not going to do is put you together with people who are exactly the same as you. You're going to have to work with different people. People who are different from you, even in their personality types. For example, if I put together a group of people who all wanted to be the boss, nothing would get done because you'd spend the entire time arguing about who gets to be the boss. If I put together a group of people where nobody wants to be the boss and nobody wants to take any initiative or do anything, then that group's not going to get anything done either because nobody's brave enough to step out and make a decision. So I'm going to mix you up. You won't get a choice who you work with. I'm going to ask you to stop interrupting class.
Me? I was just looking. I did not say that.
Again, stop interrupting class.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So hopefully the screencast recorded this time and I can post this for you guys. Again, you don't get to choose your groups. I will mix you up with different people. But today, your priorities are to make sure that you do this first assignment right here, the personality test and the Google form, and then do the personalities reflection. You may not finish the second part right there, but you do need to get started on it. Before I stop recording and before I turn you loose to work on this, is there anything you don't understand about what is expected today?
No.
All right, let me stop recording. If you have other questions later on,